What's up, everyone? Sean here from Crypto on Cause Investing, back with another token review. And today we're going to be talking the Rug Lounge token. So it's pretty much not even a secret anymore. I'd probably say with inside knowledge that 90 out of 100 devs, when they launch a project, they are launching it for themselves. Whether they're going to steal from the marketing wallet, they're just going to straight up rug pull, or they're going to dump their team tokens or purchase tokens, whatever it may be, they are out for themselves. They don't care about you as the investor, and they definitely don't care about your investment. So when I come across a token that I genuinely feels like they put their investors first and they genuinely care about their investors, I feel the need to point it out, to bring it to my audience as a potential long-term hold. Obviously, do your own research. Everything I bring you is just a jumping off point to do your own research. Never listen or invest off of my word alone. But let's go ahead and hop right in. We'll kind of do a website and token review. You go on over to theruglounge.com. I will link all necessary links down in the description. So if you want to go ahead and check them out, you can. But let's go ahead and take a look. So a BSC development token aiming to create opportunity and ease of access for the wider community. So why invest in TRL token? Well, that's a good question. After all, your money should be respected, and this token is set up to do that. As such, the division of the tokenomics into separate wallets, and all transactions out of those wallets will be recorded with date, address, amount, who, and reason, providing an investor-first mentality with transparency. So I believe they're going to give you the wallet address, and the tokens, tokenomics are going to be separated into a marketing wallet, a development wallet, and a distribution wallet. And every single time they make a transaction out of that wallet, they're going to provide you with the date, address, amount, who, and reason. And this is something that actually all projects should be doing. If you actually go look into a marketing wallet of most projects, you'll see money go on places that you don't recognize. A lot of times, probably into the dev's pocket, to be honest. But let's move on. We'll see what else we have. We have the aim of TRL token is to build and create Web3 DApp, games, NFTs, and opportunities, not only for us, but also from the community as well. We want a more accessible crypto landscape and decrease the barriers within it. Our milestones will elaborate with more details. This is a long-term project helping new and small investors grow. The Rugged Lounge community are made up of investors that have felt the sting of betrayed trust from projects. If you've been in DeFi for any extended period of time, you no doubt have gotten scammed. It happens to all of us, no matter how much research you do, no matter how educated you are. Myself has been scammed more times than I can count. It happens. But still want cryptocurrency to thrive. And so we help with the technical information where we can and help research those answers. We help with exposures for NFT artists and seek out investment opportunities. Our first and foremost mentality is always focused on investors and users. If they don't receive the most benefits, then TRL token will not take that course of action. Your trust in us is what will make this token valuable. So as I said, it truly is a long-term hold. Like any project, a DeFi project will launch, it will skyrocket, it will dump. Inevitable. I always say this. If you watch the channel, you've heard me say this before. Go to coinmarketcap.com, click the DeFi section, literally scroll, stop on any DeFi project. It does this, boom, and then down. So basically, in my opinion, when you're running a project or you're investing in a project, the true work starts after that initial dump. What can you do to provide utility, to provide revenue, whatever it may be, to actually get that token up? So again, long-term holds are just that. You have to give the team time to develop, because in DeFi, that's what it takes. So let's go ahead and check out the tokenomics. So we have a buy of 6% and a sell of 8%. Love to see that. I love under 10%. The lower, the better. The lower, typically the more tradable it is. But again, when you're trying to run a long-term project, you need tax money to be able to work. If you don't have funds, you can't build. So kind of that 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8% is kind of that sweet spot of where you want to be. It's low enough to be tradable, but it's high enough that you can actually still make some money to develop the project. So with the buy, you have 1% marketing, 4% development, 1% liquidity, very fair tokenomics. Sell, 1% marketing, 4% development, 1% liquidity, and 2% distribution. So brave to do things differently. All our community loan incentives. So TRL token is not a pre-sale token. We believe that pre-sales are flawed for long-term growth. So I actually launched a project a few months ago with YouTuber Matt Wallace. We did a 210x at launch and still are sitting between a 70 or 100x 2 months in because we did just this. We didn't do a pre-sale. We didn't do team tokens. We didn't do any kind of tokens. That structure actually does work. More so pre-sale. When you do like half your supply of pre-sale tokens, that is always going to lead to dumping. So doing it to where you don't have all those pre-sellers waiting to dump definitely adds value and helps keep your chart looking healthy and growing. All right, let's see. Let's move on. When those pre-sale tokens sell, they crash the price, again, as I said, and hurt the project and investors after launch. So we're brave enough to do things differently. We will do community loans to raise liquidity and offer a 20% return for the first in, first out via the 4% development wallet. So what they're doing here is actually interesting. I don't know if they kind of originated this idea, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've come across this. Now, not with NFTs. NFTs, liquidity raises are actually getting more popular with NFTs. As soon as an individual loan is able to be paid back, then we move on to the next loan and so forth. For example, 500 of BNB entered into the loan, an investor will get a return of 600 BNB. We're here for the long term to develop opportunities, and we believe this will make a strong foundation for future growth. So again, really brilliant idea. I love that they're raising money and paying back basically investors off and away from the liquidity pool. It's actually super smart, and it will actually bring some longevity to the project because, again, you don't have those pre-sales that got in below launch price, and they're just waiting for that 2x, 3x to dump all their tokens. So liquidity raiser NFTs. TRLToken is offering 1,500 NFTs at 0.065 BNB. I'm doing the math in my head right. Correct me in the comments down below if I'm wrong, but $20, give or take, depending on the price of BNB. A chance to win 100 times 5 million TRLT tokens after launch upon the Binance Smart Chain. 10% discount when hiring the skilled and talented people for my discount utility members. Weekly prize draws after launch for the life of TRL token that are proportional to our token growth, and more in due course as we progress together. Find us at Air NFT, link in our link tree. So again, liquidity raisers for NFTs, it's starting to catch on. It's becoming more and more popular, and it's just the way to go, I think, to raise funds for the LP outside of the LP. And the fact that they're doing it this way and they're actually paying people back for their investment, and then with the NFTs, you have perks. So when you buy the NFT to fundraise, you do get perks for owning those NFTs, which is obviously a must. You can't just expect people to buy stuff for free. So quarterly rewards. For those who loan TRL token 2 BNB or more and hold 500 USD of TRL token in that wallet by January 28th, will get the 31st January reward. So I haven't confirmed this, but I'm pretty sure these rewards were handed out. Continue to hold 500 USD of TRL token in that same wallet for each next reward date to receive our appreciation reward. So around the dates in 2023, so you have the dates right here. You will receive to your wallet address a special thanks from us here at TRLToken, because without you, none of this would not have happened. Can't read tonight. The amount of BNB raised will be set to 10% supply, which is 10 billion tokens. All BNB raised will go to the purpose and no other. So we have the early access NFTs. For those that enter a community loan of 2 BNB and above shall receive an early access NFT. That gives early access to all we launch on BSC. After our fair launch of TRLT token, the utility is available to anyone that holds the early access NFT, so they can be sold. If you wish, as this utility is transferable, all holders of an early access NFT can take part in the early access opportunity in the future. TRL Tokens is not afraid to do things differently. For those that help us, it's what we do. So again, love thinking outside the box, love doing things differently. Because honestly, when we got into DeFi 2 years ago, the way things were done then, and a lot of tokens still doing it that way, those ways simply are not working. Again, huge private sales followed by pre-sales just lead to a huge pump and a huge dump, and then the project's pretty much over. If you're like me, I like looking for long-term hold projects. It's just how I invest. I'm typically not a short-term investor. Been pretty fortunate with my real estate business that I make pretty good money, that I invest for the long term, not the short term. So again, that's what I look for when I invest. I look for long term, not short term. So the TRL token contract. Okay, so Brew Labs will be making the contract. Very respectable company. Plenty people, whether you realize it or not, use Brew Labs to make their contracts. Feature of the contracts include a max transaction of 0.25%, which is really cool. I'm assuming that applies to both buy and sells. Maximum wallet can't hold more than 1.5%, which I love. I think max wallet's a necessity. You don't want one person owning too much. Can they create multiple wallets and own multiple parts of the supply? They can, but again, at least you make them work for it, because you just don't want one person having too much control over one investment. As well as a range of anti-bot measures to help with a smooth launch. Again, it's irresponsible not to have anti-bot measures, whether it's blacklisting, whatever it may be. You have to have something set up to try to mitigate all the bots, because, again, the bots can absolutely destroy a project and wreck the investors. A liquidity lock feature that will be set for 3 years after contract is deemed to be working correctly. So very smart. So they are allowing it to launch once it's 100% confirmed that that contract is working exactly as intended. They will lock it for 3 years. And the reason why you do that is, let's say you launch and they just lock it for 3 years and something goes wrong, contract locks up, there can be a million things that go wrong. Well, that contract and all that money is locked away for 3 years. So it's always important. 3 years is actually super long. I probably wouldn't go that high, but respect to them for willing to go that high to show their commitment, to show that they're on the up and up, because again, but they have to make sure the contract's working correctly. So it's not a red flag, in my opinion, that they're giving it time before they lock that contract. So our contract will automatically sort tokenomics into our 3 wallets. Again, I didn't think about that, but more projects should do that, because again, everything just gets clumped into one thing and sent to one marketing wallet. Most people don't check it, and again, it's hard to even distinguish what's what when you look at that marketing wallet, because it's 1% from this, 1% for this, but it's all going to the same place, so there's no way to really distinguish what's for what. So to have 3 separate marketing wallets with 3 separate wallet addresses for you to look at and see exactly what's going on, again, it's just ups that level of transparency, which obviously they're all about. What else we have? We do have a whitelist feature embedded into the contract, and that is to allow the ability to be staked, such as the quality staking offered by Brew Labs, which, yes, Brew Labs does offer their staking. There is a bright crypto world of opportunity out there now in the future, and so with Brew Labs' expertise in a stable contract, TRLToken is out to be a big part of it. All right, let's see what else we got. Token supply, 100 billion tokens, a supply that is exchange friendly. Agree with that. I don't like your gazillion supply tokens. I like that lower threshold token, which again, it is more exchange friendly. On our wallet shall contain 6% of supply to build core team members, with 0.5% on offer for incentives to join TRLToken. Completely agree with that. So many investors in this space only care about their 2x and getting out that they actually get mad when devs take money for themselves and when devs compensate themselves. If you've never launched a project, it is a lot of work. It is so much time. Literally, that's all you do every single day, all day, to prep for this. So devs have to make money outside of selling the token. I know, like when we launch our tokens, I don't want to sell my token. I don't want to sell down my chart. So you have to find another way to compensate yourself for your time to grow it for your investors without hurting the project. So a team taking a certain percentage or whatever is completely fine by me, and that should not be a red flag. So 1% marketing wallet. We have 4% development, which obviously 4% on the buy for development and 4% on the sell. They are obviously trying to develop. Again, track the development wallet. You can see exactly what they're doing with the money to make sure they're developing. 1% liquidity. You always want that LP growing and growing and growing. So 1% goes to that liquidity, so it just keeps adding to the liquidity every single time someone makes a transaction. 2% to the distribution wallet. This part is for the purpose of competition, game prizes, and incentives to stimulate uptake of milestones. Have random draws for the discount crew, NFT holders, and TRL token holders. Pretty cool. I'm not going to go through all these, but we have a list of milestones if you want to go over to the website, check all them out. Go ahead and check out the team. They all seem to be docs. They have your Twitters, LinkedIn. Go ahead, check them out. See what they're all about. See what their previous work experience is. So yeah, that will pretty much do it for the token in the website review. Again, highly recommend go and check this token out. It's not financial advice, not telling you to invest, simply saying go check it out. You can go over to the Telegram. Again, I will link it down in the description below. They are growing. Really, really like the concept of the token, so we'll see what kind of becomes of it. But yeah, go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel if you can. We're growing tremendously, already up to almost 2,000 subs, so would really, really appreciate a sub if you can do that for us. But yep, that will do it. And until next time, trade safe.